While browsing the Steam page, I came across a free game with very positive reviews. As I check out the preview and pictures, I noticed it felt like a game I played a few months ago. Hmm. Hmm. The product, the shelf, and the gameplay were strikingly similar to the game I paid for $8. But this one have shoplifters, and you can beat them up with a broom. Welcome to Supermarket Together, a game where you manage your supermarket and trick people into buying overpriced products. Despite the name Supermarket Together, you can play the game solo, perfect for when you want to prove you have no friends, avoid human interaction, or don't have a life. Or you can join other players' games and buy up as many items as possible. There are several language options to choose from, including English, French, Chinese, Italian, and even German. You can also adjust how spicy your game experience will be. As I start the game, the first thing I noticed was that I had shadows, but no legs or body, just a floating camera to look around. There's also a room labeled for cool people only. Unfortunately, I can't get in. There are an invisible barrier blocking my way. I even tried clipping through or finding another way in, but nothing worked. Maybe I'm not cool enough just yet. At least I found a broom that lets me turn people into breakdancers. Look at those moves! They could have competed in the breakdancing Olympic yesterday. After messing with one more person, I finally wandered around the store and found a gun on the table. Unfortunately, I couldn't shoot anyone with it, so I put it back. Then I noticed two buttons on the power box, one red and one green. The temptation to press a random button was strong, and I exploded in my shop. Just kidding, the shop opened before I finished the tutorial, and I couldn't close it. So in panic, I speedran through the tutorial, buying shelf and cashiers as fast as I could. I learned how to use franchise point, purchase items from the blackboard, and stock the shelf, all before a customer got salty because he couldn't find any salt. After getting everything stocked and setting prices, the game threw one last lengthy tutorial at me, but it disappeared in 5 seconds. At that moment, I only managed to catch that inflation increased every Thursday and thieves start pounding on day 8, while the rest was just a blur. I could stop recording and review my footage, but of course, I'm not doing that. Instead, I will just fuck around and find it out later. It is time to tend the cashier. One big difference from the other game is that you don't teleport behind the counter. You can do the job from anywhere, though that might cause some issues. For the rest of day 1, I managed the store and handled the cashier until it got dark. I couldn't find a light switch or lightning anywhere, so I figured maybe the game is just naturally dark and doesn't require anything special to light up the building. At 10:30 p.m., time stopped moving, and no more customer come into the store, marking the end of day 1 with negative 1,947 profit. On day 2, I raised the price of each item a bit. As long as the price isn't doubled from the market price, the customer keeps buying it. Spend the whole day managing the cashier until it starts getting dark again. Still clueless about the lights, I crank my eye brightness to the max. Now look how bright it is. I can see clearly through the night just by adjusting the brightness. Day 2 ended with a $180 profit. Though we are still not making huge stonks in business, I unlocked dairy products, which need to be kept in the refrigerator. When I put the products in, I noticed a large gap on the side. It's not huge,
That's what she said.
but big enough that it bothers me how wide it is. Seems like it could fit more items, or shift everything to the right to make it more centered. It will definitely look neat that way. Aside from the annoyance, the day went smoothly, but we ended with a negative profit again. I don't think this is how business is supposed to work. To make matters worse, I unlocked more goods, which pushed the budget even lower. With another franchise point, I hired my first employee to help at the cashier. Just look at that eager face ready to work in my supermarket. Now I can focus on restocking and unlocking more goods, even though my supermarket is almost bankrupt because how pricey the new items are. Believe me guys, this is working. On day 8, I finally found the tablet to start lighting up the place. I also decorate the shop with plants and a TV. Though the TV won't turn on for some reason. Just imagine this video is playing on that TV right now. Since the game mentioned the thief might start spawning from day 8, I now have to stay on guard duty. While I am resupplying, running back and forth grabbing boxes and tossing them, I'm constantly on alert, or maybe even paranoid. Fortunately, no thief showed up today, but I can't relax just yet. After a long wait, we finally made a $1,000 profit. Guess where that money is going? That's right, to buy more products on day 9 and waste even more money on day 10. Oh well, at least by the end of the day we shall be earning more profit, right? When I reviewed the footage, I found it. Just a few frames while looking around the shelf. Damn it, that lady got me. I took a moral hit because of this. Managing a supermarket is harder than it seems. I used 2 franchise points to unlock seafood and hired an extra employee to restock the shelf. Now I can focus more on security during opening hours. But many people are complaining because they can find seafood products. I guess I can divide my attention a bit to set up the fridge and get the seafood products into the store. I'm staying more alert today, making quick runs to catch any thief trying to escape. With me keeping a close watch on the store, there shall be a 0 robberies today, right? Yep, this time I'm going to stand still and not move much. They say third try is a charm, and it turns out that's true. I finally saw the thief running away clearly. I beat the thief with the broom until satisfied, and clean up the scattered goods on the ground. At last, I can end the day with 0 robberies and $3,000 in profit. I used the money to expand the supermarket and buy more new products. I also rearranged the shelf and cashier, so I only needed to focus on one side to catch the thief. It's quite effective, where I managed to catch one thief today, though I accidentally hit a random customer. I spent the rest of the day restocking the shelf, but surprisingly, by the end of the day, there's another thief managed to escape with $5 worth of groceries. Now that I know there can be multiple thieves, you'd think I stay on alert and stand guard, right? Well, I did catch one thief, but when the shelves were nearly empty, I could not stop the other 2 from escaping. What is my restocking employee even doing in the storage room? Everything went well on day 50 and I only caught one thief. Then I suddenly had an idea. I could create a single entry point to make it easier to monitor the store. I moved the freezer and fridge around the pillars, blocking off 2 sides so customer could only enter and exit through the center area. Look how effective this is for spotting thief. Why didn't I think of this earlier? But today, I noticed something else. When the cashier line is full, customer who can get in the line turn into thief. Damn it! I quickly dealt with them and brought a second cashier, placing it in the center, enabling me to handle the customer while protecting the center flank. The day ended with just one thief escaping, but at least I caught the problem before it got worse. It's become a routine now, buying goods, standing the cashier, and catching thief when I spot them. Even though I have been able to unlock more product and hire more staff, I still have to balance my responsibilities as manager, cleaner, and security. I keep adding more products and expanding the supermarket, but at the end of the day, one thief always managed to get away. I suddenly had another idea to help spot thief. Why not block 2 entrances with empty shelf? That way, I only need to focus on the middle entrance of the supermarket. But then they update the game, and it came with the perfect prop, a basic crowd barrier. I used the crowd barriers to block 2 entrances, allowing me to focus on the middle lane. it proved effective with zero thief managing to escape, but I felt it needed more. So I added a middle barrier, forcing customer to move around it, giving me extra time to spot thief. This setup worked even better, resulting in no thieves at the end of the day. However, the thieves are getting bolder. There were even two at the same time. Although I managed to hit them with the broom, it still didn't feel like enough. Then I decided to move the shelf to the center and add more barriers in the middle of the lane. I moved the only entrance to the left side, thus creating a U-turn on the right side of the supermarket. With the new setup, customers have to walk around the fence to get into the supermarket, making thieves easier to spot since they have to navigate the same path. However, the increased customer flow is overwhelming the cashier, leading to more customers becoming thieves due to the long wait times. But thanks to the barriers, I can manage all the thieves now, and no one escaped my broom at the end of the day. However, I cannot shake the feeling of paranoia. What if they start coming in groups? I might end up overwhelmed too. To solve this problem, I decided to extend the market and expand my security line. It will take them longer to pass through, and I can jump between barriers to hit them when they turn back. This setup also gives me more time to clean around the market and check if the goods are dangerously low. The barriers and my broom are proving very effective. Thieves don't stand a chance. However, a downside is that sometimes the dropped goods get stuck between the barriers, so I temporarily remove them to retrieve the items. Despite this, the day ends with no thief escaping and my income continues to grow. With the increased income, I can buy more barriers and create additional lines for my supermarket. It feels more like a nightclub line than a supermarket now, but it's a small price to pay for salvation. Even after I finish hitting them with my broom and cleaning up the mess, they still haven't completed the full circle of the barriers. I can even hit them a few more times when they come back to the entrance. Even though some customers complain they can find some products, it's better to not earn profit than to lose it. I have plenty of money for store expansion and more barriers. Now I can assure you that the half of the store is filled with barriers. Despite this, I'm ensuring that my shelves are well placed and categorized, making it easier for customers to find goods and harder for thieves to escape. It takes 50 minutes for a customer to reach the supermarket area and another 50 minutes to exit, meaning it takes almost 2 hours just to get in and out. With me stationed in my spot, no thief can escape from my broom. Whether man or woman, no one leaves the supermarket unscathed. Given this level of security, do you think that not having any thief escape by the end of the day will make up for the lost income from the beginning? You are wrong. I have expanded my market to fill the entire building. It was quite expensive, but I think it's worth it. Now, my barriers cover 2/3 of the building. This setup is my magnum opus. It takes 1 hour and 10 minutes to navigate around, meaning it takes 2 hours and 20 minutes just to get in and out of the supermarket. Despite the long lines, customers willingly enter because of the excellent service and security. Although some thieves still show up, they can escape from me or the lines. If they do manage to slip by, I just hit them again when they pass to make sure they are caught. The only downside to this method is how long it takes for restockers to walk from the storage to the trash bin. But of course they are aware of it, and that's why they get paid. Now that all perks are unlocked, shelves are neatly categorized, dozens of customers are buying goods, and thieves aren't escaping anytime soon. I think the job is done. I have proven once again that I am a great supermarket manager and now the best security. Is anyone interested in hiring me to design barriers?